And howdy, folks. Just came back from funeral. Always like it. Have a whole week running around, screaming, yelling with family members. Not my family. The deceased. Sorry. Trying to talk with stitches in my mouth. The person who passed away. Family. They sent a guy doing FaceTime at the service. I had some church members there because she was a church person, our church person, and myself. I did the services, and I'm wondering what this person was doing there. That's reserved for her family. Okay, I put up about 25 chairs for her family to show up, and we're all wondering and looking at this guy who's holding his phone. And I thought that was kind of disrespectful. And it's like, it was, we didn't have a big size grave. It was a small plot with a plaque, and we put the can inside. And we're looking at them, like looking at that person. And we're asking, who are you and what are you doing? And then I'm talking to the person on FaceTime on my phone. I'm asking, so you couldn't come down to her final wishes and get buried? Pissed the hell out of me. But I'm polite and diplomatic. You have to be, because these are people nowadays. Okay, back to our regular, this is a movie review for Howie. Movie review of The Deadly Heart. Sorry, Howie. Stitches. This is a movie review of The Deadly Harvest. It's made in Canada. I was trying to get a freebie version, but the live stream channel I was adapting only showed 54 minutes. They didn't show the rest of it. It's 126 minutes running time, 1 hour and 26 minutes. It's made in Canada by a theatrical group. They spent most of their money on Clip Walker, famous Western star. I can't pronounce his name. Okay, he plays a lot of European gangsters and villains, Nazis and stuff in movies. And then you have Kim Cattrall. I think she, at that time in 1977, she was a soap opera star. So those are the main people. Everybody else was from the theater group you kind of know later in Canadian productions. Okay, now you get the whole movie on Amazon for $1.99. YouTube, you can look for it. It's free with some spotty things. Now the big thing about this movie is it's around Canada. It's Canada based because they had a prime minister meetings in Toronto discussing. They had 2 failed winter crops. And at that time in the 70s, nobody grew gardens. Why should we grow gardens? We could get a supermarket. Well, it demonstrates why you should have a garden. Okay? And then basically it's rural versus urban people. Urban people are never prepared. Rural people, we got the brunt of the garbage we have to take care of. Okay? Meanwhile, one of the minor characters is a computer guy, well off, educated, has a large family, lives in urban society. It has its moments, you see bits and pieces of it, but it was a low budget production for Canada. You know, it's lower than American production. Shot by a theater group, no idea of, no special effects other than shooting like a bad Western. Okay, basically the plot is everybody in Canada is starving. Okay, go check it out. Canada only has 27 days of food in a serious SHTF. Why? Because 50% of Canadians live below the 49th parallel. And that's mainly on the East Coast. But a lot of people, there's a lot of places that have a lot of population. Not really. Canada only has a population of 36 million people, and it's declining over the years. And also, our favorite butt boy, Trudeau, is trying to get more immigrants so he could boost the population of more urban people. Okay, so I recommend to check out this movie. It's free on YouTube, $1.99 on Amazon. Okay, remember, 50% of all Canadians live below the 49th parallel, and that's usually around the Great Lakes. When you take a demographic chart of Canada, that's not too many people, folks. Okay, Canada in the 50s and 60s was at its high point. It used a lot of resources, but when the 70s, 80s, and 90s came, they started doing this weird socialist stuff, and their resource pool shrinks. So this is a time in the 70s when everything fails, big time. And the Prime Minister and his cabinet was talking about getting rid of, say, people in Canada, euthanasia, the disabled, the elderly, the sick, the infirm, the mentally ill, and Native Americans. They cut that part out because it was, well, they used none other than Native Americans, death squads, gas them. And they say, we're not like the Nazis. We're socialists. Okay? Yeah, you are Nazis. Okay? So check out the movie. I can't say long live the Republic. We're past that point. Winter is coming. I have to mention this to a lot of people, especially the LA and San Francisco areas. Okay? In the movie, people were looting houses, doing all sorts of bad things, stealing food, cooking babies, eating dogs and cats. All right? And I'll catch you later. There was another movie in Canada I was watching about this whole town when they had SHTF no longer fed their pets. So they let go all the dogs and cats. You're free. Go feed out in the fields. Well, a lot of big breeds didn't like that. Guess what they in return do? They form packs and start hunting down kids and children and people. And the military is going out there. We gotta stop them. And then this is a different movie, but it was great. The dogs chew up the Royal Canadian Mounties and whatchamacallit, their military. As long as we are in the tank, we can't get out. But there's no food or water, and I gotta go pee. And the dogs were like stupid humans. They're a bunch of around on the tank, around it, just waiting them to get out. Because tanks run on fuel, stupid. And the dogs are waiting for you. And that ends that movie, but you have to go see it. It's pretty good. I like to watch a lot of Canadian movies from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So is England and a few other places. Australia was kind of weird. But anyway, folks, I'll catch you later. You have a nice day. Make sure you check out the Deadly Harvest. Okay. That's for Howie at Food Forest Permaculture. You better plant a garden like Howie does and make sure it lasts long. Catch you later, folks. Bye now.